Alright guys, alright. I guess I'll review this project. The last time I reacted to this guy, I said I'd never put him on the channel again, but I was like, that's not really fair of me. I gotta give everyone the same amount of fairness. So, Letters to the Church 3, my review of Bryson Gray's new project. Let's get right into this. So going into this review, you guys probably know from my reaction to the whole John Keith and Bryson Gray beef, which I have put that totally behind. I'm not even thinking about that anymore. I don't hold either of them like to a different standard after the beef. I was personally just kind of making fun of the whole situation a little bit in both reactions. Obviously I liked John Keith's song better, but I did get a little bit of hate from the way I was acting in my Bryson Gray reaction to his response to John Keith. And I was honestly, that was just me being funny. I wasn't personally trying to come at Bryson Gray for anything. But we're here for the new album, Letters to the Church 3. I did see a couple trailers for this project, or videos of him promoting it before it dropped. And I was like, I'm going to give it a chance. And so here we are. It was quite a long album, or longer than normal. It was 16 songs. It was 46 minutes. And I want to say this right up front. I really did enjoy the production of this album. There was a lot of different vibes, and they were executed really well from a production standpoint. And honestly, for the vocals as well, they were mixed and mastered really well. So from a music standpoint, listening to the vocals and the production was very solid. And I will say this as well. This was the first time that I listened to anything from Bryson Gray, and some of these songs were like, okay, this actually isn't bad. This isn't too bad. So we're going to get into some of the ones I really liked. I listened to this a couple days ago at work. So I've only listened to it through once, and I'm trying to remember which songs I was going to talk about. I think Complicated was a really, really good song that I liked. It had Sydney High on the hook. It was like one of those classic female vocal on the hook, and then, Bryson Gray rapping the verses. It was just kind of like something you'd hear on the radio, kind of like Tadashi did with, there were a couple songs on Never Fold that he did. That was just like obviously made for the radio with the female pop kind of vocals, and then his verses rapping. But then we get into some songs like Christ. I think that was one that I really, really liked. And then there were a few lyrics in there that I didn't really agree with. I wish I remembered everything that I didn't like in some of these songs, like lyric-wise, so I could pull it out and say specifically, but I've only listened to this again one time. There were several songs where he also was doing something melodic, which I didn't even know he did, and he has a really good singing voice, especially with just a hint of autotune on there, which is all he did. He didn't over autotune or anything. He has a really nice singing voice, and there was a song, I think it was called Ops Outside. Wait, let me just play it. Yeah, okay. So it was one of the last songs, Ops Outside, where he did a very melodic kind of song, and it was going so good. And then towards the middle or the end, out of nowhere, he just did a Travis Scott "It's Lit" ad-lib. Hey, I'm on a narrow path, I'll take the easy way. It's lit. And it wasn't even the vibe of the song. Out of nowhere, it was just Travis Scott saying "it's lit." I was like, what is going on here? That threw me off just a little bit. But aside from that, the whole singing and that song was really good. I really enjoyed it. And I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the third album that I've reviewed this week, sitting down and reviewing, and we haven't gotten anything higher than a 3 so far, which is crazy. I don't normally rate these albums that low, but I feel like coming out of 2024 with so much heat, we haven't really had too many mainstream Christian rap artists drop this year yet, but standards kind of, the bar's kind of lowered a little bit in terms of like good music that I'd listen to on repeat. But yeah, I'm gonna go over the music board, let you guys know what I rated it. I think I remember, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, so I gave this a 2.5 out of 5, which is 50-50. There were about, like I said in one of my other reviews this week, there was about 50% of the songs, so 8 out of 16, that I would listen to again. And then the other 8 were songs that, again, weren't terrible, coming from a music standpoint, from a production and vocal mixing standpoint. But it's just the lyrics that I struggle to connect with, or that I struggle to, feel like they're... I don't know how to describe it. Like, I guess I just don't agree with him on his views or stances. I think there was one song. I don't remember specifically which song. It could have been Gay Preachers. That's the title of one of the songs on the album. Very obviously just attention-grabbing title for a song. But he used some, like he's always done this. He's talked about it for so many years, about how Lecrae had a chance to like give his views on a certain political thing. I don't know if I can say this on YouTube or not, so I'm just not going to. And then Bryson Gray just gets so upset when people don't talk about it, and he just like used a clip of that. And there was another, now that I'm talking more, I do remember a few other things. One last thing I will say is there was a song, I don't remember which one it was, but he said something along the lines, I'm paraphrasing here, of like, you're out here doing this, go and read Leviticus. And just from my understanding of the Bible, a lot of the rules, like I can't remember if it's Leviticus that, the tattoo thing comes up. That was an old like commandment to people before Jesus died on the cross and all that. So those rules don't apply to us. Same with like all the eating rules and all that. Like, we eat a lot of things that they wouldn't have been allowed to eat back then in the times of Leviticus. So like, it kind of just doesn't hit the same. It's like, bro, those rules don't apply anymore. So yeah, that's my overall review. I hope you guys understand that I didn't think this was terrible. It just wasn't completely like something I'd listen to all the way through again. But yeah, Bryson Gray, Letters to the Church 3. Let me know what you guys think. I'll have the link in the description to go listen to the album. Go listen to it and let me know in the comments what your thoughts were. Did you agree with my takes? Was I nice? Because I feel like I'm giving him a chance. I'm trying to warm up to his music. And yeah, I'll also have the link to his Instagram in the description, so you can go follow him, check him out on all social medias. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go be fruitful. Let's go.